Hello there, my Aries collective. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Okay, Aries. Well, this is interesting for you. There's the Four Cups. There's the High Priest. Oh, Aries, you got caught up by the 1111 alarm. Look at this. Four Cups, the World, the Five of Swords, there at the High Priestess energy. Lord have mercy. There's the happiest card in the deck at the bottom. Some of you really, Aries, the vibe with you is mindful of who the hell you're creating with, or mindful of like the options or the opportunities with you. Mindful of being overwhelmed with something. You need to prioritize yourself because you're the only one that can do this. Some of you, when it comes to those options or those opportunities, look, any of my creatives, any of you, it's really giving the vibes of those of you that create with others. Aries, you had a great reading the other day. That some of you, your ideas, your concepts are too good for the class vibes. So you need to make sure that you're prioritizing yourself. Keep those really great ideas to yourself and figure out how to create an interesting sort of option or opportunity from that. You're not famous yet, but some of you, I feel like this starts getting you a lot of interesting attention. Especially those of you that do anything with like ring lights. This is like perfect for you. Costuming, model, artist, actress, singer, actor, dancer, performer. You're pulling the dancer vibes more than anything. So I don't know what you got going on. The Queen of Swords. Aye, the Queen of Swords to the King of Swords. There to the Five of Cups. Definitely not an X vibe. There, some of you self-producing, self-publishing. I mean, seriously, you got some sort of group dynamic. So with the King and Queen of Swords there, this could be a competition. There could be a competitive vibe. But some of you, I mean, mindful where you put those best ideas. So if you're just doing like, this is kind of like giving like regional theater, right? Or something like that. Or you get the chance to do something on a smaller scale. Put out your best ideas, but not like your really great ideas. You know what I mean? So some of you brush up on those old sort of things that you do and save those newer ideas for yourself. There is this competitive energy with you. For fuck's sake, those of you, it's like interviewing, auditioning type vibes, and you have a great idea. So if you're going into an interview, or you're going into an audition and you have this great idea for a TV show or a song, someone is dance. Someone is definitely pulling a dance vibe. I do not know how dancers kind of come up with their own idea and how they would kind of market that, I guess you'd say. But damn, you need to be single now. You need to be single or whatever this kind of new idea or new concept is. You need to make sure that it feels like keep that great idea to yourself until it's the right time. So it's kind of this is when you get like the perfect option. This is when you're having that interview with the person that could actually bring in a decent offer or bring in a decent opportunity for you. You know what I mean, Aries? There's the Magician vibe, and there's the Queen of Pentacles. In particular, for those of you Aries, I was going to say Aquarius, those of you Aries that are, you've been working on the same sort of idea for a while. So this is like the writer that's had the same sort of idea for a screenplay or a book, and they've kind of just toyed around with it. Some of you, you've had this idea for a long time. So this is kind of the project that you work on for a little bit, and then you put it aside because you have to work on something else, and then you tend to go back to that same idea. and then you kind of go work on something else. Really good for my creatives. Whatever that is, it's pulling more of a dance vibe. It feels like more of a dance vibe, but that could be dance music. Whatever your artistic uh, discipline is here, and however that goes, right? I mean, we know musicians copyright their music. I don't know dancers. You know, the dancers that come up with their own dance moves. Um, some of you, that could be something that you're working on. Really great for my creatives. This allows you, like, the chance. It does feel like, for some of you, if you're taking a class, this is like, don't put that best idea out there. Because that King, Queen of Swords energy, this is definitely something interesting for my creatives. And kind of how you view things. Oh, wow. Do watch your favorite astrologer as well. Because with the world vibe there and the Five of Swords, this is kind of interesting for you. Pay attention to what Aquarius is doing. So maybe those of you with strong Aquarius rising or moon, this puts you in the spotlight. This allows you like the perfect chance to, I don't know, just showcase. It's the perfect chance for you to do what you really want to do. The Queen of Pentacles, there's the Eight of Swords, there's the Leo vibe, there's the Eight of Pentacles. Now, if you're not a creative person, this could be when it comes to a good work idea. But some of you, who is this comes down to who is the best sort of option or opportunity when it comes to creating this option or opportunity for yourself, right? This way you avoid shitty contracts. I feel like you need to avoid a shitty contract. The Capricorn energy that you're pulling on this is self-producing and self-publishing. Take what's yours and leave what's not. Eight of Pentacles, there's the Five of Pentacles, there's the Scorpio vibe, there's the Knight of Cups, and there's the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, whatever the fuck you got going on here. You would be a creative person. You would be a person that has a lot of ideas. You would be a person that probably taking a lot of classes. So you're kind of, it's either classes or it's interviews or auditions. And then it's like, hey, if things aren't working out, they weren't supposed to work out. But this is like going back to that. My creatives know this. So this is like the movie idea or the book idea or the dance or the song or whatever the fuck it is that you always kind of go back to work on. It's an idea. It's a concept you've had for a while, but you've never really done anything with it. But you've always kind of felt like it was a good idea. And then when you get the chance, there's like some hiccup vibes going on here with you as well, Aries. With the King, Queen of Swords there with that Five of Cups and the Six of Pentacles. And then with the Scorpio vibe, the Knight of Cups, the Five of Pentacles, there with the Eight of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles. Over top of that is the Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups, the Two of Cups there with the... see, the Lover's vibe with you is mindful of who's in the option or the opportunity with you. So that makes sense. The Pisces energy. Those of you that's kind of going off and creating your own option, your own opportunity. So some of you really need to be mindful. If you start making videos or you're co-creating with somebody when it comes to who gets the credit for the work that you do. Those of you from a work situation, right? You come up with a great idea, but your company owns the idea. Whatever this is for you, Aries, there's a complexity to this that you need to kind of understand things. The King and Queen of Swords energy here, make sure that you understand what the perfect sort of option or opportunity and how to go about that, especially when it comes to an interesting work idea. It feels like a creative person or whatever the fuck you do for work that... I mean, you could fucking create video games on this. You're pulling all the sort of creatives, all the creatives. But those of you, If you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. The great idea, the great concept, that some of you save that for the right option or the right opportunity. Because you need to be single. The whole point of this is you being single. Those of you that create anything with a romantic partner or a friend, some of you make sure you have a contract. Make sure you have a contract. Six of Swords, the Three of Cups, the Queen of Wands, there to the Six of Wands. Because you're gonna be surpassing the others. This is going to, for some of you, create this perfect option or opportunity where the spotlight's on you. And that could create a little bit of unhappy sort of feelings or emotions when it comes to whoever's in your creative energy. Yeah, it's going to come down to, yeah. I mean, those of you, really, if you do anything with a romantic partner, make sure you have contracts in place for that. Because what happens when that relationship, partnership, or friendship falls the fuck apart? Especially if this is a work vibe. Yes. It's really giving the vibe of those of you. Don't share your best ideas in a shitty class. Or don't share your best ideas with people that, you know, they're not as creative as you are, or they're not as... some of you, it feels like gifted or talented. Hi, Aries. What's your favorite astrologer? This kind of feels like the perfect time for you. So it's like things are sort of starting to fall into place where you're kind of understanding. You should be studying a lot with the King, Queen of Swords energy. And whatever the fuck your discipline is. Because for some odd reason, you're pulling dancer vibes. And I don't know how the fuck, you know, those that come up with a dance step or a dance routine, how that even goes, right? So it's got that creative bent to it. So, and that's going to be different for all the sort of creative disciplines, right? Boy. Oh, Aries, look at you. I like this. I feel like you need to be single, or you need to be very fucking mindful of who's in your vibe. So that way you kind of keep the energy very clean. Does that make sense? Some of you don't give your best ideas. So, you know, if you have a great idea for something and you go to an interview and, you know, oh, well, I think you should be doing this. And the person likes that idea. They don't hire you for the position, but they want to adopt the option or opportunity. So don't be so good at what you do that you kind of fuck yourself out of options or opportunities. And pay very close attention to that. And those of you doing anything with anyone that you're like dating or a friendship vibe, or those of you in that group dynamic, it does kind of feel like save your best ideas for yourself. Especially if you're around people that aren't as creative or as talented as you are, Aries. Oi. Self-producing, self-publishing. Self-producing, self-publishing. Page of Wands, the Moon, the Knight of Wands with the Ace of Cups, the Page of Pentacles to the Capricorn. Look at that with the Ace of... Oh my goodness. Page of Wands, the Pisces, the Knight of Wands, Ace of Cups, Page of Pentacles, Capricorn, Ace of Pentacles there with the Ten of Wands. So you do all the work and somebody else gets all the credit for it. Those of you in particular, when it comes to... the work that you do, right? So, are you going to create your own option, your own opportunity, or are you going to let somebody else sort of have that great idea, that great option, that great opportunity, Aries? And those of you mixing romance, this feels more like the romance vibes. Those of you co-creating with someone that you're dating, or a friendship vibe here. Things have definitely been a little rough, but I feel like it's because you are attracting a lot of interesting attention. So you would be interviewing, auditioning. You would be interviewing, auditioning. Ay, for fuck's sake, good for you. Good for you, Aries. You're pulling Aquarius vibes, so pay attention what Aquarius is doing in your astrology. I like that for you. But you need to wise the fuck up when it comes to something. And don't share your best ideas. Those of you going back to the project that you always kind of find inspiration doing. It's kind of all of my creatives know what the fuck that is. If you're a musician, it's the song idea that you always keep sort of playing with. If you're an artist, it's the same sort of painting or picture or idea that you want to do. Writers, this is that idea that you have that you always keep thinking, we didn't put a song on this for you. What's the song? What's the song for Aries? You're pulling the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want, but you get what you need. You're pulling Alabama vibes. I'm in a hurry and don't know why, oh why. Rushing till life goes by. Ooh. Yeah, some of you make sure that you're not, you don't get, I feel like don't get taken advantage of here. You're the ideas person. You have a great idea, but you need to learn and grow and understand something, especially if there's an oddity to what you do. I don't know why you pull dancer vibes, but it kind of feels like that. I mean, how do choreographers, that come up with a dance idea, how do they make it their own? Or those of you when it comes to writing or like programming even. Do you want your boss or your company to have that idea? Or those of you mindful of who you're creating with as well, especially if it's a friendship vibe or a romantic energy. Take your time. Watch your favorite astrologer. That way you're able to, don't mix your, someone's going to be heartbroken here. The Seven of Swords there at that Seven of Cups. Those of you that co-create with friends or your friends or those you date. Take a minute before you sign a contract as well. There's the Hierophant, there's the Eight of Cups, there's the Ten of Cups, there's the Nine of Cups, King of Pentacles, King of Wands, the King of Cups, the Virgo vibe, the Chariot vibe. Be mindful before you give that elevator pitch. Be mindful before you give that elevator pitch. I don't feel like everyone around you is as gifted or talented as you are. So pay attention. Be mindful before you give that elevator pitch. I wanted to see what the Three of Pentacles is for you. That makes sense. Nine of Pentacles, Sagittarius, Three of Pentacles there at the Ace of Swords. I don't know why this is weird, but this is kind of those of you, if you're doing your dissertation or you're writing, you have like a creative, whatever creative sort of writing course or anything you're doing with a group dynamic to it, take your time with something. I don't know why that Four of Wands is given like you're doing your dissertation or you're meeting to figure out what the topic of your dissertation is going to be. That's for like maybe one of y'all. Take what's yours and leave what's not. Don't give them your best idea yet. Especially if you're like the really creative one. I feel like you're the really creative one. Good luck, God bless, take what's yours, and leave the rest, Aries. Peace, love, and light.